don't know what I would say the floods mean to me. What I would say the best outcome is no one's dead. Everyone's alive. People lost pets and animals and belongings, but there was no life lost. There was no serious injuries. There was no devastating outcomes that people couldn't survive. Like everyone else, the rain started, and it started on the Friday. Might have even started on Thursday actually, and continued right through Thursday night and Friday. We were all inside. We were oblivious to what was going on. Come out, and literally, holy shit! Have a look at this across the railway line, and there was water for everywhere you could see. Hadn't even been out the front. Didn't have a clue what was going on. Once that sunk in, next thing, mad crazy neighbour from up the road comes screaming out that they need a boat and that there's people stuck. So a boat was put in the water, a couple of blokes, Captain Pugwash and first mate Jock Rod, awesome fellas. Geez, they did a good job. But yeah, 2 blokes went in for 1 woman, and in the end 16 people, half a dozen dogs, and a pretty good check of the place over the railway line to make sure everything was all right. Out of everything that's come out of it, those 2 blokes did Stanwell probably the biggest favour that day. It was at a stage, the water was rough, it was moving fairly quick, people were scared, they were frightened. People were going to try and get to places they wouldn't have been able to get. So I think out of the floods, that's probably one of the best things that came out of it, is what those 2 blokes did. And didn't bat an eyelid. Off they toddled, did it, job's done. Problem solved, you know. That and the humanity that people showed to others, strangers. A lot of the people in Stanwell probably aren't privy to what went on behind the scenes with different ones. 3-year-old kids, 4-year-old kids given little bits and pieces for someone that had lost everything. One child offered their room with stuff. No one knew. You had 30-odd people that had nowhere to sleep, nowhere to eat, nowhere to be. It literally was just a case of doing what needed to be done, getting a feed together, getting some blankets, getting some dry clothes, getting people out of the weather, somewhere to sleep, something to eat, getting looked after. That's what it was, you know, and small communities do that. That's what they do. New, old members, doesn't matter. If that's what needs to be done, what gets done, you know. People cooked meals, people did washing, people, you know, dropped off a carton of beer so that someone could have a beer at the end of the day. You know, like, it mightn't sound much to others, but it's monumental in times like that. And when you've got nothing, you know, to be able to have a feed and have a roof over your head and something to eat and drink and put a dry set of clothes on, you know, well, that's pretty much everything, isn't it? At the end of the day, it covers it, you know, like, and that's what small towns are about. That's what communities do.